Hi guys, Ange here. Thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you on a tour of my makeup collection. I recently bought a new storage unit for my makeup as I was using a stationary plastic arts and craft drawer caddy, and it was just painful because the drawers would get stuck. It wasn't the best quality, it was pretty cheap and nasty, but it served its purpose for quite a wee while. And of course I no longer have the beautiful makeup area that I had at my old place, so I needed something that was going to work better for me on a day-to-day basis in this new home. So I purchased a wonderful set of drawers from IKEA. It is the Mom Slim Boy dresser. I love it. It is pretty compact and fits in my little wardrobe. So I will take you through my makeup collection in that storage unit. I'll show you that storage unit, and I just thought I'd share what I have. Now, the good thing about these drawers, I can't hold a huge amount of makeup in there. There is a lot in there, don't get me wrong, a lot more than what my girlfriends would have. But as a makeup lover, I have a goal that I will always only contain my makeup to this amount. I don't want it to grow to an obscene amount. If I do get makeup and it's getting overcrowded, then I will move some on, whether I gift it to my daughter or friends, or normally if I get new makeup that I don't like and doesn't work for me, I will sell it on fairly quickly. Other stuff that I've had for a wee while, I will gift it on. Usually my daughter is the recipient of those items. So these sets of drawers is going to be the only storage that I have for my makeup, and I hope to keep my makeup to a fairly usable and containable amount. So if you're interested in knowing what I have in my makeup stash and how I'm storing it at the moment, please keep watching. Okay guys, so my makeup storage is in my wardrobe, and I have bought the Mom dresser that houses all of my makeup. So I'm going to take you through this for you right now. Now the Mom dresser, I really like it because it's got I've got the lid open. You could lie all your brushes down in here long ways if you wanted, but I wanted to utilize all of the space to, it's got my skincare, my brushes and everything. So I've got the lid open. It has a mirror on it here, and then I have everything else in the drawers down below. So let's get started. On the top here I have my skincare with my serums, my eye cream and my moisturizers. Up here I have all my face brushes, and at the front here I have my eye brushes. I have a container that has all my clean brushes in, and then I have a container to the right that has all my used brushes that I need to clean on a regular basis. I have eye pencils, lip pencils and eyeshadow sticks and creams up in here, and then in the front here I have my mascaras and my concealers, my lash glue, anything little that I need. I have a contour wand from Charlotte Tilbury, and all that sort of thing is up the top here. Then we get into the drawers. In this top drawer here I have my Drunk Elephant retinol, I have an ordinary azelaic acid. They're items that I use in my nighttime skincare routine. In this container here I have little samples of foundations and other concealers in here. Concealers that I probably don't use on a regular but want to try out for certain things. I have all my eyebrow products in the back here, my pomades and my shadows, and I also keep my brushes in there as well so that they're all together and I'm not rummaging around in the morning. In this area here I have all my cream shadows. I have Tom Ford Young Adonis, I have Charlotte Tilbury, I have Bet and Marie Antoinette, I have Paint Pot from MAC, Woodwinked, just all my cream sort of products in here, and I have my NARS Soft Matte Concealer that I use sometimes for eyeshadow primer. So that's what's in this top little drawer here. In this drawer here I have random eyeshadow palettes. As you know, if you've watched other videos of mine, you know that my weakness for makeup would have to be eyeshadow palettes. Now what I'm wanting to do is take you through a lot of what I have in this makeup collection, and if there's anything in particular that you would like to see me use on camera or to do a tutorial on or go in depth more about a product, I'd really like it if you could comment in the box down below and let me know what you would like to see. But this is what I have in here. Okay, so the first one is a palette by Bare Minerals, and this is a duo called Top Shelf. Really nice shadows for adding some sparkle to your eyelid. A single shadow that I have is this one by Burberry, and this is the colour Pale Barley. Now these two eyeshadows that I've just shown you were recommended by Makeup by Tiffany D, and I really love using these shadows. This Pale Barley colour is a brilliant colour for a one and done look when I'm in a hurry and I have overslept or something in the morning, but I would like something on my eyelid for work. This is a great easy shadow to use. The Dior Backstage Warm Neutrals palette. This is a stunning little palette for neutral eyeshadows, and very happy that I have that. The Naked Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette. I don't have the large version, but I really like this little palette. This is just a random palette. It's a Stila shadows. I lost my kitten shade there, which is a bit of a shame, and I have these two shimmery colours here. I probably could move this on as I don't reach for it very often. A stunning limited edition palette that I purchased in the past is the By Terry face palette. I really enjoy this palette. I feel you can use it for eyeshadows as well as face bits and pieces. It is a little bit difficult getting into the single shades if you're wanting to use blush, bronzer, etc. But I do manage with the brushes that I have, and I do like the fact that you can use this for eyeshadows as well. I love Marc Jacobs eyeshadows. I have the Glambition palette, which I've been rocking recently as I have rediscovered this and absolutely love this palette. And the beautiful Warm Scandalust palette, another stunning little palette that I like. Now this is where I show the fact that I need to slow down a little bit, is this Natasha Denona palette. This is in the number 8 shades. I haven't even used it yet because I've been trying so many other things, so we will try that out very soon. I love this little palette. This is a By Terry palette, Preciousity palette, and it was a limited edition. I probably think about a year ago, but I have a video of that on my channel. Love the cool neutrals in here, very neutral eyeshadows. Love that palette. The Becca Afterglow palette. This is actually a face palette. These are blushes and bronzer and highlighters, but I really enjoy this. This is actually great for a travel palette. Absolutely love my Dose of Colours Pretty Cool palette. Really enjoy that. Love my Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palettes. This one is Smoky Eye. Probably my least used palette, but I still really enjoy it. Beauty Glow palette would be my number one out of the three I have, and Seductive Beauty would be my second favourite of the three. Two single eyeshadows from Marc Jacobs. These are fantastic eyeshadows. They're just really expensive, I believe. I mean, that's a huge amount of eyeshadow to have in one palette. I'm pleased to have them because they are really basic colours. This one is the Big O, and this one is Daddy O. Wanted to try them out for the formula. I think they are fabulous, but I think in future I would rather stick to my Anastasia or Makeup Geek singles so that I can put them in palettes. The Anastasia Camel palette, absolutely love this. This is a stunning little palette. Something I've been using a bit lately is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I was very lucky enough to get a palette that I thought was really good. I've had no issues with the colours in this palette, and I like this for an everyday neutral look. And then a splurge palette that I have is my Tom Ford Nude Dip. And the last palette in this drawer is, I've kept it in its packaging because it's just too divine not to, and that is the Pat McGrath Mothership number 5 palette. Stunning, absolutely gorgeous palette, and I am going to do another look using this palette probably very soon. So that is drawer 1 of eyeshadows. The next drawer is more eyeshadow palettes. So I'll go row 1, then row 2, front to back. These are in no particular order of what I like. And I'm going to end up saying that I love them all, because any palette I don't like, I move on pretty quickly. The Anastasia Mario palette. Stunning. The Colourpop Yes Please palette. Probably don't use that as much as any of my other palettes. Another palette that I probably don't reach for a lot is the iArt Artist palette by Laura Mercier. These are probably a little bit too purpley for what I tend to reach for. Love this little mini by Pat McGrath. Just think that's stunning, and yes, I do know I have been requested, and I will get round to it and doing an eye look using this beautiful green colour. Another Pat McGrath mini that I have is the Platinum Bronze, and I really like this for a cool toned palette. I did have the Warm palette and when this came out, but I moved it on because I found I wasn't going to use it as much. The Just Peachy Mattes by Too Faced. Love the palette. I have so many, obviously it looks like I haven't used it much. A palette that I do still love and enjoy is the Jaclyn Hill Becca palette with the blushes and the bronzer and the highlighters. I probably enjoy the blushes the most out of this palette. Lovely little travel palette is the Tarte Maneater palette. I love this palette and wished it wasn't limited edition. Sorry for all the bright light here. And that is the Aspen Ovard palette. Absolutely love this. And it smells like cocoa, Milo, drinking chocolate. Just smells divine. Love this palette. It is the Kevin Aucoin Nude Pop palette. Really enjoy that. Just have a couple of Makeup Geek palettes where I've got some extra. These are Anastasia palettes that I've taken out of some of her. I depotted them, regretted it afterwards, but I had depotted them and popped them in this little palette. And then I just have a MAC blush, Blusher Baby, a Anastasia highlighter and Orgasm blush. This is the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. The Tartelette in Bloom palette. Neutral colours. Two fabulous palettes by Viseart, the Warm Neutrals and the Neutrals. They're just a couple of empty palettes at the back. Right, starting at this side, we have the NARS Loaded palette, stunning. We have the NARS Skin Deep palette, stunning. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette, the Persona Identity palette. Love this, and I have to say a big shout out to a subscriber who sent this to me. She is just the most amazing lady. Gorgeous. Oh, my mitts all over that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Charlotte Tilbury. Stars in your eyes. Look at that. Just stunning. This was a limited edition palette. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Essentials palette. But in fact, I think it's called, I think this was called Wishlist, and just love the neutral shades in this palette. Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, another one of my favourite Charlotte Tilbury palettes. This is the Instant Eye palette, the KKW Classic palette, love this. The Urban Decay Born to Run palette. If it's probably, I have two palettes that have colourful colours in them. This is one of them. The Anastasia Sultry palette, love it. The Too Faced Gingerbread palette, great for some colour. The Natasha Denona Gold palette. The Fenty Beauty Eye palette, another one if you like colour. The Anastasia Norvina palette, the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, Huda Beauty Gold Remastered palette, Huda Beauty New Nude palette, Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. A palette I haven't used is the Tarte Clay Play #1. Even though it's got some stunning palettes in here, colours in here, I haven't got round to using it. I did get it not long ago though. Love this. This is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. Just think it's stunning. I've got these separated because I'm going to do a video on my Anastasia singles. So that's what they are. And I missed one over here, and this is the Kevin Aucoin book that I like. This was volume 2, and it has cream contour and highlighter, powder contour and highlighter, and 4 eyeshadows. A great travel palette. That's the eyeshadow drawer. Next down is my face products. I'm going to try and hold on to the camera here as it keeps tilting. But what I have in here are all my powders. I have the La Prairie powder, I have the Kat Von D Locket powder, a couple of samples. I have the Smashbox primer water, I have the Giorgio Armani Day Long Skin Perfector Trouble Zones primer. My foundations, so most of these you know about. I have my Supergoop CC cream, my Clinique CC cream, La Mer foundation, Matte and Poreless, not that fussed with it, Murad sunscreen, it's only SPF 15 so I don't use it much. A backup of my L'Oreal Infallible Pro. Don't really like the Superstay by Maybelline, it's a bit cakey. YSL All Hours. Love my Swiss BB cream. Been wearing a lot the Too Faced foundation lately. And another BB cream I like is the Arborian BB cream. And tucked in down the corner is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. In the back there I have primers, powders. I've got MAC Studio Fix. I have Maybelline Fit Me, don't particularly love it. My RMS loose powder, love. So that's my face product drawer. Next drawer down, blushes and palettes. Okay, so I'm going to show you that drawer, but then I'm going to pop my camera up and bring everything up to the camera because I keep losing it. Okay, so this is a Tarte refillable palette that I have with Dolce Vita from NARS blush. I have Hoola. I have Rockateur by Benefit, one of my favourite blushes. A Tarte blush, an Anastasia highlighter, and these are all from Too Faced. So just a mixture, and I tend to grab for this when I'm getting ready for work in the mornings. A blush palette by Benefit is the Cheekathon. The Becca and Chrissy Teigen palette. I really like the Becca product, so I do use that. Love the blush. Great for spring summer. A very popular item in my collection is the Smashbox Cali Contour. I have the Hourglass Unlocked and the Ambient Lighting number 3 palette. So really enjoy those. The Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronze. I am trying my bestest to use this up. It's the number 40 Mirage filter, and I use this colour as my contour on the daily. This is the Becca and a Jaclyn Hill collab, I'm pretty sure. So this is Flower Child and Champagne Pop. One of my favourite highlighters is the Dior Nude Air Luminizer. Really like that. The Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. I've got a mixture coming up here. I have MAC Warm Soul. I have the Anastasia bronzer in Rich Amber, and I can really only use that in the summer. It's a wee bit deep for me. A great bronzer, Luminous Bronze Light from Hourglass. Euphoric Strobe Light highlighter from Hourglass. This is one of the By Terry duos with highlighter and bronzer. I do really like that for a warm bronzer. This is Becca's Blushed Copper. That's definitely a summer colour for me. Snapdragon Blush by Becca. Love that. Thanks, Brianna Stanko. Luminous Light Ambient Powder from Hourglass. Master Chrome Metallic Molten Gold by Maybelline. It's a very, very gold highlighter. I also have the Molten Rose Gold. Don't wear this one as it's too pinky for me. One of my faves, and I would repurchase in a heartbeat, is the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Light. The Hourglass Blush Palette, Hourglass Strobe Palette, love. Becca, a selection of blushes, and this was the Blushed with Light palette. That was a limited edition, but I absolutely love that. Another Becca palette. This has got blushes and opal in it, and one blush, one contour and opal highlighter. Kevin of Kwan, a mixture of bronzer, highlight, contour, blush. Mini little blush that I got, I think it was one of my perk rewards from Sephora. Ghoulie. One of my favourite everyday reached for blushes is this gorgeous, and it's not really showing up here as much as the colour. It is an apricot-y colour, and it is Blossom Time Rose from Milani. Love my Marc Jacobs blushes. This is Kink and Kisses, Lines and Last Night, Flesh and Fantasy, and this is probably my favourite neutral blush palette. Okay, a blush cream from Tom Ford. This is Pink Sand. It's a very corally colour, but great for summer. The Chanel Cream Bronzer. Love my Milani blushes. Dolce Pink. Beautiful. Berry Amour. Rose d'Oro. Coralina. MAC ones, I've got Dainty, Gleeful, Modest, a very pale pink. Margin, Spring Sheen. Thanks to Jacqueline Hill, that's why I've got that one. A palette from Laura Mercier. I might put that to the front actually so I can try and finish it off. A NARS blush palette. This is a highlight palette from NARS with bronzers and highlighters in it, and that one was Bord de Plage. Last but not least is my lipstick drawer. I'm not going to go through all the lipsticks and tell you what I have, but I will quickly go through my eyeshadows that I have down the bottom. Of course, I love my Huda Beauty. I have Mauve Obsessions, I have Coral Obsessions, and I have Smoky Obsessions. I love Dior shadows. We have Greige, absolutely love this palette. Chanel number 33 Prelude, really good for a smoky eye look. Charlotte Tilbury, we have Dolce Vita, Vintage Vamp, Bare Minerals, we have The Truth, another Tiffany D recommendation, and the Happy Place, beautiful little palette. Dior, this is Incognito, Cure Canage, Rosy Tan, that was thanks to Lisa Eldridge that I bought that. A YSL palette that I probably could move on to my daughter, maybe, we'll see. NARS Kalahari. This is really great for a single quick eyeshadow look as well. And the only thing that's not in my set of drawers is this palette here, which houses all of my single eyeshadows, and because it's so large it won't fit in the drawers, so it just sits nicely up against the mirror in my walk-in wardrobe. Okay guys, I really do hope you enjoyed that. I certainly didn't want to come across going, oh wow, look at what I've got. This is all the makeup I've got. Aren't I a lucky chickie? Please don't take it that way. It's not meant to be that way. It's just sharing with you the makeup that I have. I would love to hear from you. If there's any items that you saw in that collection that you would like to see me do a tutorial or talk more about, please let me know in the comments below, and I would love to do that for you. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could click on the subscribe button. I would love to see you back, and that I would truly appreciate if you subscribed. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be fantastic too. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later, guys. Bye. Hello, gorgeous. Huh? You come to say hello. Hello, mummy. Is it? Oh, is it a hint for a cuddle? Oh, come give mum a kiss. For those who have missed Harley, here she is. This is the little puss that used to sit in the bed behind me when I used to film in Kaiapoi.